Okay, you guys. I just found something really interesting. I don't know how I found this, but whatever. Paul Pudlitzke, Pudlitzke is his last name, was a manager for the Glam Slam nightclubs for Prince. I guess Prince owned a nightclub named Glam Slam. He was found dead in his residence of an opioid overdose in June of 2006 in Minneapolis. Ironically, just 2 months after Prince passed. And it's saying here, and during 2 months where satanic rituals were performed, sangreal sacrifice months, then the Minnesota club became the Quest Club via, I believe, Gilbert Davison. Is highly uncoincidental if you ask me. The two people are close in proximity past, who worked together, die of a drug overdose within 2 months. Could this be connected? I'm thinking out the box, and somebody should connect some dots, because this could be a disgruntled situation of some kind of homicide toward the both of them. As in, could they have been targets? Somebody has to figure out why Prince's clothes were on backwards and his socks were turned inside out. He wouldn't even begin to try and do that. Even in his worst moment would he ever want to be caught like that. Somebody best get their house in order and tell the truth. No conspiracy. Just two people, same drug, and 2 months apart. Oh, and he pissed the people who are messing with his lyrics. Fact. And music. All I've been dreaming lately is him pacing back and forth about people messing with his lyrics of music he wanted to finish. I never dreamt about him before. So what's going on? It seems like a lot of people are questioning not only Prince's death, but this guy's death now. Under normal conditions, I wouldn't consider any possibility between two deaths. But with so many details around Prince's passing that still don't sit right, I'm willing to explore our possibilities on the table. 2 months apart is a little too close for comfort. Like OP said, I struggle to understand what was going on with Prince's shirt and pants turned around and both socks inside out. That doesn't seem accidental, especially not for a man who was, especially for a person like Prince, who was very fashion oriented and very meticulous. I don't see him putting his clothes on backwards. But, you know, the fact that this guy, his manager ends up dying from the same drug. Here it says, for months, the cause of death for Paul Pudlitzke was unknown. They obtained the autopsy report from the Hennepin County Medical Examiner on the 48-year-old man. It revealed he died from fentanyl toxicity. It's one of the same potent drugs that killed his friend and former boss, Prince. It was back in June when police were called to the Minnetonka home of Pudlitzke. By the time they arrived, he was already gone. Early indications were he died from an overdose. Investigators suspected there was something else in what appeared to be a powdery white substance. Now, if you remember in my Whitney Houston video, I also stated that they found a white powdery substance in her hotel room. I don't remember if it was in the bathroom or if it was just in the room itself or what. But I find it interesting how here's another case of a accidental overdose with the same powdery white substance present at the crime scene. The medical examiner said that there was a toxic mix of cocaine and fentanyl in the system, more than his body could handle. So apparently, I'm assuming, I could be wrong, I'm assuming he thought that he was just inhaling cocaine and didn't know that it was laced with fentanyl. As a longtime substance abuse expert for the state, Ms. Pudlitzke understands fentanyl-related fatalities are sudden, swift, and surging. In Hennepin County alone, they've tripled in 2 years statewide. There were 36 last year. This is really a strong drug, and just a little bit can kill you. And I've said this before, that fentanyl is probably like the last resort for people with a chronic pain and serious pain. Not, I got a headache or, my leg hurts, or I'm talking about serious chronic pain from maybe an accident or, military-oriented accidents, being just not a regular everyday pain. They're not going to give it to you because of the fact that it's so powerful that it only takes a small amount to kill you. The agency puts fentanyl at 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine. Okay? So that just goes to show you how strong this shit is. It's not clear how Pudlitzke took this opiate. The autopsy shows it was self-administered and the manner of death was ruled accidental. It's often the case that people who are buying it have no idea, and the people who are selling it have no idea that it has fentanyl in it. Which is crazy in itself, because if you're dealing drugs and you're thinking you're selling cocaine, but you're really selling fentanyl mixed with cocaine, not only are you at risk, even more so because this is going to kill people. And if you're selling drugs, I would suggest being on top of what you're selling and knowing what you're selling. You don't just package shit and give it to people and not, give a shit what it is, because, you got to have some kind of moral code as far as that goes. In my eyes, anyway. Minnesota state laws let police go after the person who provided a drug that results in death. The criminal charge could be third-degree murder. In Pudlitzke's death, a case for the prosecutor couldn't make, because I guess they couldn't find out where those drugs were obtained. In the case of Prince's investigation, it's still ongoing. From what we know, it was not an drug purchased off the street. The medical examiner made it clear that his medication that was prescribed to him was laced with fentanyl. So, did he know that his medication was being laced with fentanyl? Did he request that? Or was he totally unaware of the fact that he was taking anything with fentanyl in it? County prosecutors, along with the U.S. Attorney Office, have made it a priority to hold drug suppliers accountable. And just last month, law enforcement in Hennepin County made the largest fentanyl bust, not only in the state, but the country. Nearly 3/4 of a gallon was seized from a home in Bloomington. And last year, the DEA, along with the CDC, put out a nationwide alert about the dangers of illicit fentanyl. Okay? It was officially named an illegal substance in September. So basically, this wasn't even illegal until September, okay, of last year. So that's fucking crazy. So basically, you could have been selling fentanyl that whole time and it wasn't a legal substance. Now it's an illegal substance, I guess, because the fact that so many people are dying, on this. That's just nuts. I'll tell you one thing. The death of Prince, and now somebody he worked with for many, many years, accidentally overdoses on the same type of drug. Coincidental? Probably not. Could he have possibly known something and they had to get rid of him too? That's possible. But I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention because I thought that was really crazy. That how close to home that was, and only 2 months, you know what I'm saying? Only 2 months after Prince. So, take it as you will, people. Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'm going to do a video specifically on fentanyl, because I think that more people need to be aware, and know exactly what this drug is and what it can do. And, so I think it's important for me to make a video just about fentanyl, and I will do that. But, thank you guys for listening, as always.